Mm-hmm.
I use the toaster for a lot of things. It's my favorite way to warm up old pancakes.
I'm
Oh
so
yeah.
weird. I like cold food. I really do.
My mom would make pancakes and then she would freeze them, and then you'd put them in the toaster.
Nice.
Hello. What are you doing? Scratch up my face again?
It's not smart. I might give that a try.
We always, when my sister makes pancakes, it's kind of how we use up our old milk. My
Mm.
sister makes way too much pancakes. Like I'm good with two pancakes max, and then I'm done. But so we'll have just pancakes in the fridge for days. So you just grab one or two and stick them with a toaster, and then put whatever you want on them, and then they're kind of crunchy.
Yeah, because I usually get Eggos for the boys, but I'm kind of personally tired of Eggos and like to make pancakes sometime.
You can call them Pregos.
Nice.
uh,
Pragos.
Never mind. I'm just gonna stop right here. Gonna stop myself.
Mm.
I brought it up with Josh the other day, but I was listening to the Batman soundtrack, and all of the soundtrack titles have puns in them.
Mm.
I don't know if any of you guys have seen the Batman yet, but there's obviously a car chase scene, and the title of that song is Highway to the Anger Zone. Actual canon, if you look up the Batman soundtrack,
Yep, that's the official name.
it's the official
So,
name of the goddamn song, and the puns don't work for the like. The movie is kind of like a serious noir, and then there's the soundtrack. Like, I didn't get the memo. I'm so happy.
Mm-hmm.
no, he got the memo and he did it correctly.
He didn't
Crossing
care.
the tree line.
No, it was just like, you want the camp? You want the campy? Get the soundtrack. Because it's
Yeah,
nothing but dark Batman over here.
there's one of the other tracks is Escape Crusader.
I
I
didn't catch that one. That's funny.
was the first one I saw, and I was like, "This is the greatest." Until I saw Highway to the Anger
Mm-hmm.
Zone.
Crusader, yeah. Funeral and far between.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was actually a really nice song.
And
I've been
Fight
listening to
City
the soundtrack.
Halloween.
Sample like Nirvana in some of those
Yeah.
songs. They do, right?
I don't think. Yeah, well, they use Nirvana's "Underneath the Bridge,"
Mm-hmm.
which is not on the soundtrack because I think they'd have to pay Nirvana's estate or something.
But it's in the
It's in the
movie.
movie.
Nirvana's
Prominent-
estate. It's not Nirvana's estate. Nirvana's the band. It's Kurt Cobain's estate. Dave Grohl's still alive, and the other guy
Okay.
that doesn't really matter.
I don't know these bands. I know one joke about Jim Morrissey, and
Whoa, 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 whoa.
on that, it's like all of that music. I'm like, that's classic canon music. Works really good in a movie. I can tell you half the songs.
So what's the joke about Jim Morrison?
All right. So, there's this teenager, Marianne. Marianne's watching TV, and her parents are like, "Hey, come have supper." And she's like, "Yeah, when my show's done." And they're like, "Hey, okay." Her dad comes in and turns off TV and says, "You either come have supper right now, or you don't get supper at all." So Marianne gets pissed off, and she goes upstairs, stomps all the way up the stairs, gets to the top of the stairs, and then yells from the top, "Jim Morrison's overrated." And her dad says, "What did I tell you about slamming the doors?"
Wow.
Funny, funny.
I hate you. I love it.
And,
And everybody's here.
Hi,
if
Karsten.
I
Hi,
die in this campaign, it would have been
How's
worth
it going?
it.
Good.
I know how to do that.
All right. Now that I've eaten 5 cookies,
It's only one cookie. You've eaten 5 pieces of one cookie, Josh.
Hey, 5 small bits of one cookie. It's no big deal.
Very, very logical.
that's right.
That works.
Showing so much restraint.
That's right. 5/15. Is that right?
Yeah.
I've only eaten a third of a cookie. Ooh, jockey's playing music. Carson, did you get my message on Facebook?
Did yeah? I probably shouldn't do it now.
Okay.
I can help you out after the game.
Yeah, I started doing it.
Cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, Eric can totally help you. It's the one that's versed on helping other people get access to that stuff.
He's got the goods. He'll meet you in the back alley.
Goods. Yeah, he's got the goods. He'll meet you in the alley. Sweet. So yeah, I ended on a cliffhanger last session, and I wanted to try something new. So I was going to throw you in media res. And it's going to have each of you. I want each of you to roll initiative, and then I want to see what you guys are going to do on your turn, if you remember how the session ended last time.
I already did initiative.
Okay.
Same here.
Done.
Sweet. Okay, so yeah, you guys are at the base, like the hidden basement, caved in, with the ceiling caved in around you in this small building, sand and debris flying all around. You guys are all at the floor. There's furniture kind of that from the main level that's kind of fallen down. There's like a desk, a bed, like a chest by the bed. All of this stuff is just scattered all around. This dragon is up in the top corner looking down at you, perched up on the wall, like rags hanging down from it. It's a mummified, smaller, younger dragon of some sort. And Eowyn, what are you doing first and foremost amidst all this chaos? Attack or skill check, whatever you want to do.
I would like to. Let's see here. I want to use my divine sense to see if I can detect good and evil, and see if these creatures are in fact evil.
Okay. That's right. There are a couple of zombies that are starting to stand up as well among the floor. There are 3 of them that are starting to stand up. You get a sense of pure, unadulterated, unfiltered evil, and they are in fact undead, as I believe that's part of the divine sense as well.
I will have to deal with them then.
Yeah.
What is the closest undead to me?
There's a couple of zombies on the ground, and then there's this dragon up in the corner as well. There's probably about 15, 20 feet above you.
Actually, on second thought, I think the first thing I'll have to do is lay my hands on myself and heal myself.
Okay. And is there anything else that you want to do, or that you want to try to accomplish? If I was to make this approach like a skill challenge on as well, what would you want to do?
I'd like to take a look around at the rest of our surroundings see if there's anything that will hinder or help us.
Okay. Make a perception check. And while you do that, Marianne, what are you doing? Holy cow!
You'll
You're crapping out like
The robot.
crazy.
Yeah, that cut out real bad.
Not even,
I think
not
the
even
undead
a
already
robot.
got her.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
How about now? Do I sound better?
a little bit.
Or you guys are all just old. Um,
Eric's
I'm gonna
younger
cast
than you,
Cure.
and he's agrees.
I'm casting Cure Light Wounds on myself.
Okay. Is there anything else that you want to do as well? If I was to give you the option to make a skill check.
Move myself. Not grouped with everybody.
Okay.
I want to stay within 30 feet of everyone in the party, so I
You
can,
want-
you know.
Oh, so you want to get closer to everybody, or you want to stay away from them but within 30 feet?
Yeah, stay away from them, but within 30 feet.
Okay. Okay. I'll say make a athletics or I'll say make an athletics check as you try to like fight through this this rising sand and like just garbage, just debris all around you and like fallen furniture and stuff as you try to force
not
your way through
great.
it. Unless you want to try to be majestic about it, but I don't know.
No.
You're just a punk kid cleric.
Supposed to cast the other Cure Wounds. What the hell is that spell called?
Okay, and then while you do that and fumble around, Blammerhoff.
D8.
Blammerhoff, what are you doing?
So there's that evil Drake, sort of undead Drake thing, right?
Yeah.
Are we fighting? We fighting this thing?
It's like, yes, it is embraced
Let's
and
go.
ready to fight.
Okay. So I'll do the sling with magic stone.
Okay.
We are not here to give it a hug.
Only we had a nipple sling.
Yes.
Hey, that thing has saved us more times than what you think.
What wizardry is this that you speak of? Nipple sling.
I think he agrees with you, Eric, which is why he said it.
That's fair.
See added damage.
Sling.
My wife says hi,
Jesus.
everyone. By the way, she came in
Hello.
here to bug me. They said hi, dear.
What's your wisdom modifier?
Let me check. +1.
+1. Okay, so you'll do 1d6 +1, so that should be 6 damage total, and I will say that's a hit.
It's the magic stone instead of the attack, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
As you
Yeah.
fire off a magic stone from your sling. Is there anything else you want to do? As you fire off this magic stone.
Not many other actions, I guess. Are we standing all like in a doorway and looking into the room? Like, what's the?
So you
layout?
guys are like in a basement of after the floor caved in, and you fell into it, and now you are looking up the wall. It goes up about 20 feet, and then in like one of the corners, against like the ceiling, is this dragon with its like arms kind of like clawed into the corners around it, and it's looking down on you guys. So you guys are effectively in about like a 20-foot by 20-foot room with the floor caved in, looking up to the second floor where this dragon is up near the roof of. If that makes sense.
Yeah. I guess there's. I guess I'll look around while in between the attack and just see if there's any way of getting out of there.
Okay. I will say make
Do an investigation.
Yeah, okay. I'll say you can make it an investigation or perception. Your choice.
Okay.
Call it a real
What
quick
do you?
investigation check. Exclamation C space. Oh, there you got it. Yeah. Cool. Okay. Yeah, so you basically fire off this rock. So you just pick out this rock, and then what do you do to enchant it as you're loading it into the sling? Anything special?
I don't know. Let's say I belch on it.
You burp. Okay.
Yeah.
You just burp onto the rock. Nice. Okay, and then you just sling it up there. Okay, perfect. A Hacksvice for Rockstead, or what are you doing?
So reminiscence of tricks.
He's gonna bonus action second wind just to get some hit points right off the bat.
Okay,
Big deal. 3 whole hit points back.
nice. That's like
And
6 hit
then,
points because you're raging.
It is too. And in my, I'm gonna move across the floor. I'm not sure my location. I'd like to get up to the dragon if I can.
Okay,
If there's debris around the edges, I'll use that.
you can certainly do that. Yep.
And I'm gonna chuck a javelin at the dragon as I go.
Okay. Okay, so as you you can make the javelin attack, and then I'll say make a athletics check. Nice crit. Oof. Okay.
Nice.
And the athletics.
Yeah, I'll say athletics. As you just kind of like you're like fighting through this garbage.
That one.
As you're fighting through this
Still a 9
garbage
though,
and then
it's
trying
not
to pull
horrible.
yourself up.
No.
Yeah. Nice. Okay. And yeah, that's gonna hit for sure. And then you realize that the javelin you threw was actually the ghostly harpoon that was rewarded to to what you thought was your friend, but apparently you have it for some reason. Who's not here? Goa Magera.
Go. Fair
Yeah.
enough. That's that for the crit. 15
Nice.
damage.
Okay.
The javelin.
Nice. Perfect. Okay. It's just as you're like throwing it, and then mid-air, it just like lights up and just arcs out, and then just cracks into the side of this thing's face, and you see like a piece of its like cheek is just sheared right off as the javelin goes and just like lodges into the wall behind it.
Nice. And I'm working my way towards it.
Yes, and then and then I'll get to that part next.
And that's my turn.
Okay, and Dakin, what are you doing?
How stable is the house right now?
That's a good question. How would you go about checking that on the fly?
Look for large cracks, shaking, kind of just quick damage perception.
Okay.
So I assume you want a perception check.
Yeah, you can make a perception check.
All right. Solid 10.
Nice.
Still got dust in my eyes.
Okay, sweet. So Eowyn, looking around first and foremost, you see you're looking for anything that could possibly help you in this situation. Is that right?
Oh, I'm looking
Eowyn.
around before I Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm going back through the skill checks now to tell everybody what they see and what they do.
Yeah, I was looking for things to help or
'Kay.
things that might hinder us and be problems.
Sweet. So you see this little footlocker chest that was by the front of the bed and is broken open and spilled out, and you see that there's a number of scrolls and what appear to be like components, kind of like in the ground on the ground around it, probably about 5 or 10 feet away from you. Some sand and some wood over top of them, so not everybody really sees it at first. You do notice that, and then otherwise there's like a lot of like sharp sticks and whatnot that are sticking up and around that are clearly hazardous. The ground is getting harder and harder to like move through as like sand builds up, and you can see around the basement walls, which are like kind of like hard packed like dirt and sand, are starting to like come in and starting to like collapse after the initial floor cave in.
Okay.
And then as you see this dirt kind of like piling up and flowing around and these sticks and whatnot, and you see Marianne trying to parkour through them miserably, and she's just trying to like barrel through, and then eventually she just ends up like waist deep in sand with like these sticks and whatnot just kind of like stabbing against her. And let me get some dice out so that way Marianne can take some damage. Marianne, you can take 2 piercing damage. You do get to the other. You do get to where you needed to be, but you take damage along the way because of the terrain and how hard of a trek it was for you.
I don't have a lot of clothes. This is bullshit.
Blammerhoff, as you're looking around, you're trying to investigate like potential exits, and you're not quite sure. It's not the best check under the heat of the moment and whatnot. You can tell between you and Dakin both like trying to size up the area to see if there's like a way out and or what sort of threat there is. You can see that there are parts of the wall, like the outer wall, like on ground level, are starting to like shake as like support beams and whatnot are knocked loose, and this dragon leaning against the wall is like really compromising the integrity of this rickety building. And as you see this, Haxvice is climbing up against the corner of this rickety wall, and he just adds some extra weight to that corner that the dragon is on as he's trying to like close the distance, and then that wall is going to take
285 pounds of weight.
how much? 185?
285.
Oh, 285. Okay. I will.
Plus my load of 100 pounds, I guess, which is
So like
puts
this,
me upwards to 400 pounds.
yeah, so this 300 pounds of excess weight on the side of the wall itself as you try to climb up. It's going to do some structural damage to the wall, and it's going to start to cave in parts some more as the building is going to start to come down on you guys.
I have a free action to tell Hackspice to fall back. Or,
Yes, but
okay.
I'm going to give you guys each one more turn to do something about the building caving in on you guys as the dragon starts to move through a hole in the ceiling that is making itself apparent as the cave-in begins. Starting with Eowyn.
All right, I am going to just yell out to the non-undead people.
Okay.
And non-dragon people. I think the building's gonna collapse. We gotta get out of here, and I think we gotta go now.
Okay.
And I am going to, I guess, make way to the weakest spot on the wall.
Okay.
And then I'll just give that a whack with the hammer and see if we can't make ourselves a door. Nice. I assume I don't see a door anywhere.
There's no door down here. No, this was like the hidden entrance was like a hole in the ceiling. Like there was a hole in the floor that led down to here, and that floor is gone now. And you guys are fighting through that floor. So okay, so you want to make probably the easiest or the easiest way out of the building is probably through the wall that's coming down already. It's not fully coming down, but it's right where Haxvice is.
Okay, let's go there and then make ourselves a door.
Okay. Let's say make an athletics check and then make an attack roll, I suppose. Nice. Okay.
Nice.
Hey, Eric.
I love it. I feel like you don't even need to do an attack roll after that.
Fuck yeah.
Unless you roll a nat 20. That's beautiful. Okay, sweet. Okay. And while you're doing that, what's Marianne doing?
Marianne is going to holding Pickles.
What's that?
With And I'm gonna regroup to where Owen is because he seems to have a plan. And I'm gonna ready an action to channel Divinity Preserve Life if needed, which means as an action I can spend 10. I can restore 10 hit points among creatures within 30 feet of me.
Okay. And you're just gonna ready it. Okay.
So I'm gonna use my movement to get over to there, and I'm going to hold an action in case anybody goes down.
Okay. Heals on standby. Okay.
I'm holding
Channel
pickles.
Divinity. Make a religion check. While you're doing
You
this.
know, I'm so good at these.
While you're doing that, what's Blammerhoff doing?
I'm gonna run over to where Eowyn is trying to make a hole in the wall and help out with a crowbar.
Okay. Help with
An
the
athletics
crowbar.
check.
Yes. You can make an athletics check, or you can try to make a sleight of hand check.
Okay, hold on.
However you want to do it. Are you basically just trying to bust open the wall as well?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Just sleight of hand, I guess.
Okay.
I'm gonna jump in here too because I'm doing part of what they're doing. If they're over by me trying to smash through the wall, I'm assuming one of them is under each arm that's stretched way out ape style,
Effectively.
and I'm trying to hold the wall up around them so they can sort of smash the wall out underneath me and everybody can get out. So
You're
I'm
just
gonna
trying to
force the wall.
Samson that wall kind of thing? Or
Yeah,
Atlas?
as long as
or-
I can while they're making the holes, so everybody can get out,
Nice.
particularly Marianne.
Okay. You're gonna Hodor the thing? Nice. Yeah, I'll say athletics as an athletics check.
15.
This is making me think about like group checks where it's like everybody make an athletics check, but tell me how you're doing something different.
Yeah.
Which would be kind of silly, but that's okay.
Not necessarily. We're all in a tug of war.
Yeah, true enough. Yeah, like Squid Games. What's Dakin doing?
Alright, so how far away is the dragon from us?
Above you, it's probably 25 feet away at this point, as it's starting to like move its way through an opening in the ceiling.
I'm more or less asking, like, not above, but like away from. More like
It's directly above Haxvice, Eowyn, and Blammerhoff at this point, as they're rushing to that corner. So like imagine like that 10-foot radius, or that 10-foot square. That dragon is at the top of the column of this 10-foot square, while they're like in the middle of it as they're scrambling up the corner to the ground level and trying to smash through the wall and break out. While Haxvice is holding it out long enough for them to get clear.
If I have to drop any part of the wall, hopefully it'll land on a zombie. That's what I'm aiming for.
Nice.
I wish they weren't so close. Because I had an idea, but like them being close kind of messes that up.
What are you thinking?
I wanted to do Earth Tremor and bring the wall down on the dragon.
You can bring the tunnel down on the dragon.
He's already out of the tunnel, isn't he?
He's up against the roof, yeah, of the building.
Yeah, and that's the problem. I'm just going to use magic missile to blow the hole open to help them get out.
Okay.
I'm already down. I don't think I can get out personally. I don't have the fortitude to do it.
To like try to like
So-
rush out of the basement, you mean?
Yeah. because I just did a perception check the first turn and I did try to move out. So
Okay.
I just yell at them, "Watch out! I will make a path."
Okay.
I did that at second level.
Okay. Okay, sweet. So Eowyn, as he's basically he just cuts a trail through the debris and the dirt with his nat 20 athletics check, and just kicking shit out of the way and clearing a path for anybody else. Basically making a small pathway for Marianne and Dakin. You guys should be able to clear it to get to the exit without any major hindrance after that performance. And then he just takes up his... What do you use, a sword? Or you use a hammer?
Hammer.
A hammer? Yeah, perfect. As you bring up the hammer and start to smash into the wall, and as you're like kicking through this debris, I imagine you just like pick up this pillar and just kind of like knock it down into the corner, and it just like works effectively as like this little mini ramp that you just get up to the same level as Hackspice and just start smashing into the wall. And he just like leans back and like braces against it, so that way an opening is clear enough for you guys. And then as it starts to come down, and then Blammerhoff, you rush up with your with your fucking crowbar, and you almost stab Hackspice in the foot. But you get a moment of pause as these magic missile darts just kind of like whiz past you, and you almost hurt your companion, but you do not as a result of this. Okay, yeah. And you guys do manage to fumble forward and secure the opening and get through as the building comes down. But I'll have everybody make a dexterity save as you try to clear away from the building to avoid anything falling on you.
I hate this building. This is a bad building.
Oh. You know, historically, I've killed more players by failed saving throws than by actual attacks.
Sounds accurate.
Can I use my second level spell slot? I know shield doesn't get used this way, but could I use it to help mitigate the damage to us? Since it's a
make an
reaction.
Arcana check.
Don't
Okay.
worry about damage to me. I'll be alright.
Well,
I do
Too
have an
angry.
action ready.
Too angry to bleed.
Exactly.
That action's only going to work if you're still conscious, Stacy.
solid 18.
Nice. Okay. Let's say you and one other person can re-roll their dex save.
Well, I gotta make.
Take it, Marianne.
Yeah,
Well, I'm gonna
I
biff
like
it.
I like it. I like that. I'm like trying to help you.
There you go.
That's amazing.
That is not a biff.
That's amazing.
For the record.
Look, I hope I get low. I hope I get low.
From
and
a
it's
9
just
to a
me
nat 20.
shielding-
Yeah, it's just you shielding.
I,
Yeah. I mean, you
Dungeon
could.
Master, did you want me and Hackspice to roll decks as well?
Yes, sir. Every single
I already
person.
did.
The building's falling down on you guys as you get like clear of it, but oof. Okay.
I rolled a 2. which
DC
gives me a
12.
3.
Okay.
For me?
It's a DC 12 is the challenge, so anybody that passes, you guys will take 4 damage. Anybody that fails will take 8 damage.
And I'll take 4 damage because it's bludgeoning. I'm
Yes,
assuming.
it is bludgeoning. Yeah, as the building falls down on you guys.
Yeah, how
Just
do you
ki-
receive damage? What's the for it?
Explanation point G space HP minus whatever damage.
Wait, what's the first letter? D?
G. G.
Oh, G. Oh,
Yes, sorry. Kind of bit my tongue while I was saying it.
I'm assuming I failed, right? What was it just to pass?
It was a 12 to pass. Yeah, you failed.
Yeah.
But it is only a small building.
I've had way bigger buildings than this fall on me before. But
Is that second level spell slot? Hold on.
I know that I like that you typed it all out that way, but just reading it made me feel disoriented. Explanation point G space HP space negative number. I don't know. I feel like I'm talking to
I like that you
Siri or
said
something.
explanation point.
Yeah.
If I put an exclamation point, it's gonna assume it's gonna wait for command.
Nice.
No, but exclamation versus explanation.
Cool. Okay.
Oh,
So yeah, you guys all scramble out of this falling building. Just shit falling on you guys, smashing into some of you more than others. Marianne, you like bring your arms up like futilely to like shield your pickles, your cactus, and then as the building's about to fall on you, then Dakin just like stumbles forward and pulls some magic with you, like with you holding on to pickles instead of your holy symbol, I imagine, and then like.
kind of pictured myself trying to grab each of my teammates because this is kind of babysitting mode.
Babysitting mode, nice.
Yeah, it's just like if everybody goes down, I have to be like, you idiots, I'm channeling. You gotta be breathing when your parents come home.
Nice. All right, that's how I would imagine it then. Yeah, you're like successfully helping people get out as you're scooting them around, and then like as soon as you like think you're clear, you look down and there's like a piece of wood stuck in your side. But it's just like little, as it just kind of falls off from this like magical shield around you.
Marianne starts laughing because now she's like pickles. I've got things kicking out of me.
It falls out because there's a shield around you. Yeah, there's basically a bunch of dust and there's a bunch of like sand blowing around as this building is collapsing in on itself, and you see this dragon flying into another part of the town. As a bit of a storm starts to pick up around this little desert western town.
What's up with the zombies that were in the basement? Can I see them?
You can see them like half. You could kind of see them like half buried under the debris as they're like trying to pull themselves up, but like they're pretty immobilized at the moment. As there's a building on top of them. Actually, I should probably hold on a second.
I'm going to use my
yeah.
arcane recovery.
I'm gonna say all
Can I
those zombies are dead. Just those 3 zombies are
Nice. Can I retrieve my javelin?
Yes,
Or
you can.
in the room?
Actually,
Nice.
so as soon as you, so here's the thing. So as soon as you think about getting your javelin back, it just reappears in your hand.
Fine piece of equipment. This. Nice. Shall we chase a dragon?
How's everyone looking for health?
Not great.
You've got 12 hit points. You're fine.
Okay. He coughs up a little bit more.
You're doing better than Marianne. I'm not great. Huh?
Yeah. I'm not
It's a
doing.
band-aid. It's got Hello Kitty on it.
I'm not doing fantastic.
I'm teasing. I'm just trying to figure out where Marianne's gonna focus her healing next.
Nice.
I'm going to 6 arcane recovery to gain back a level 2 spell slot.
Okay.
Well, friends, I saw that undeadish dragon fly away. It's my duty to try to destroy that dragon. Would anyone like to assist me?
Let us go. And Hacksvice is already going.
Right behind you.
Nice.
Okay.
I'm gonna. How far away is the dragon?
It ran into a different part of the town, so that's
Alright,
a good question.
So the dragon. Okay, real quick here. The dragon is more than 60 feet away.
Guaranteed. Yep.
Okay, never mind then. Then I'm gonna cast Cure Light Wounds on Owen before we start moving.
Thank you, my lady.
You get 5 health.
Nice.
That'll be my action, and
Oh.
then I'm gonna hurry to keep up with the group.
I'm gonna keep up and grab a boulder along the way.
Oh, okay. Just like a piece of rock for your
Just
magic
a rock,
stones.
yeah. Yeah, for the catapult.
Okay. Nice. Okay. Okay. I'm making a makeshift.
You get
map
close to
of
the
town
dragon,
right
I
now.
can fairy fire it. So the dex save is not very hard for it to beat.
Okay. I'm just making an Excel map right now. Just bear with me for 1 second.
Love the Excel maps.
Of the town. Just a rough layout of this little western town.
Awesome.
Who did that? How dare you?
Or I'll have a character named Doc Holliday pop up and take out this dragon.
Nice.
Now, did the dragon fly away or did it run away?
It flew. So it is mobile by air.
How dry did that dragon look?
Pretty dusty.
Because I can create water. Can I create water in the dragon?
It's waterlogging.
Alright, like it's become slush and like bone mush.
Waterboard a dragon.
That's pretty funny. I appreciate that.
Careful, you might make him 3 times as big.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like the Grinch's heart.
Yeah.
Depends
Well,
how
again, the thing
absorbent
about
he is.
create water doesn't have a spell save. Like, I guess you could argue that like I couldn't just create water inside a person.
Right.
Now I have to look up a spell.
So this is where you guys are at. Number 1. Number 1 was the mayor/sheriff's office, but it is now destroyed as it's red. These orange buildings are a couple of just like construction areas, like just construction sites that are new, like new houses being framed in. There's nothing actually put together there, but there are workers that are present. Number 2 would be the library or the records office that you guys were aware of. Number 3, Dakin, you would know that that's like the general store. So, store, library, sheriff.
Crater.
Yeah, yeah,
Mayor's crater.
yeah. Mayor's hole. Just a real hole in the. Whoa, gee whiz. That actually sounds kind of gross, actually. Crater.
Right.
Yeah.
Sounds like someplace he'd meet his mistress.
Yeah, there you go. tavern and inn. This is the market, like the market square. So that's where you guys' caravans are.
You know what this reminds me of?
What's that?
Whiteboard maps. I like it.
And then there's another
I was
tavern
trying
here.
to figure.
It reminds you of what? Whiteboard maps?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. And then just construction.
See, that's what Josh needs to do. Just get a whiteboard and cast it.
It's true. That's what I was going to start doing that with my iPad once I figured it out, but I do need to do that. Yes, so this is where you guys are currently. And these are the different areas that you could go to wherever you think you want to check first.
And we didn't see which direction the dragon was headed, other than just, I guess,
Through-
south.
Yeah, just like
I would like to
something
make
in
a-
southern, like the southerly direction.
Okay.
I'll say that things that are kind of like there's like a bit of like a sandstorm that's starting to pick up, so it's getting to be difficult, like with the wind and just like the weather around you, for like immediate noises. So like, and there's no like open screaming or terror going on that you guys are aware of. So there's no like open panic in the streets at this moment.
Not yet.
Not yet.
I'm going to go ahead and pull out my crossbow. Get it ready. You know what's really messed up? I have a +0 to my crossbow, but I have a +1 to a quarterstaff. I can only do 1d6 -1 damage with my quarterstaff.
You have to keep pulling your punches.
Nice.
I am a gentleman. Thank you very much.
I'm gonna move over towards the stable and smithy area.
Okay.
Hi. Really?
Keeping an eye out.
How long does Divine Sense work? Last? That's like a one-time thing, right? Or does that last for like 10 minutes?
Let me check here.
Divine sense. Okay.
Until
Sure,
the end of
sure.
your next turn.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I think it might be over, but
That's fine. I will tell you that you have 2 options that you can pick from, as opposed to 10 options.
Okay.
And those are the tavern and the stables. So you know for sure that it's on the eastern side, and it's anywhere between here and here, based on your divine sense. I'll give you that much of a clue.
all right, I'm going to call out to everyone then and say, friends, it is on the eastern side of town, between the stable here and the building at the end, the market. I will try to draw the creature out. I'm going to go march kind of right in front of the 10B construction there.
Okay.
As close as I can. And first of all, look to see if I can see like a wing hiding out anywhere.
Okay.
Do I see anything that might give away the dragon's location?
So from your divine sense and then marching over that way, I'll say that that's your turn, and I want to know what everybody else is doing.
Okay.
I'm
know-
gonna go. I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on Hackspice.
I'm assuming that the whole party is staying in this one group, right? Or are you guys just letting him go on his own?
Pretty close, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Casting Cure Wounds on Hackspice because I have a feeling that Hackspice and Owen are gonna be the ones that are like right in the dragon's face.
Okay.
I
Sounds
won't say
good.
no.
Okay. Blammerhoff, the town has one tavern and then also has a tavern and an inn. So I know that you were getting drunk in one of them earlier. Which one were you drinking in? You're on mute as well.
The tavern and inn.
Okay. Nothing but the class. It's the bigger building for sure.
Yeah.
So this one's is like it's a larger inn on the main floor, and then like the second floor's got like multiple rooms, and then the other one is just like a single building, similar to this building, except it was a bunch of tables and people drinking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yes, Marianne, you're healing. Blammerhoff, is there anything you're doing as you guys are heading towards the stable area, and you see?
I'll just pull out my crossbow and have it ready along with the rock.
Okay.
You're in Mountain 2 Adventure there, Marianne, just so you know.
Oh, okay, thank you.
You're in what?
I'm in the wrong Discord.
But I found it, and I got 5 hit points back. Thank you.
I'm like sitting here like, I don't know why it's not working.
Where did you do that? Like in general?
Not, in
on
in-game
her-
shenanigans, yeah.
Oh, there it is.
In my in-game. All the players in my group are going to be like, why the hell is someone named Marianne rolling?
Yeah. Holding out on them.
Like, you're not cool enough to know.
That's great. It's a good thing that Joe was on that server.
Well, I saw a message came up, and I was like, oh, I wonder what's going on over there.
Yeah.
I stole a lot of the same names from your server from my server, and it has cursed me ever since.
I love it. Nice. I like the display picture for our server, for this server. It's like the Bad Luck Brian meme with a picture of the D&D book, and it's like, what is it? Like I can't read the full text. I don't even remember the full joke anymore.
Yeah, Hackspice is going to move up, favoring the stable side of things, and if he could get up close enough to the door of the stable, at least to look inside and see if there's anything going on inside.
Okay.
As we need to cross as a group.
Okay. So Blammerhoff is probably hanging out by Marianne as Marianne is healing Eowyn and Hackspice before they march off into the fray as Eowyn kind of is near the corner of the building, and then you're closer to the door, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. As Eowyn is like calling out. Okay.
And I'll hold my action to rage if I see the dragon.
Okay. Okay. And Dakin. What is Dakin doing?
I'll take my familiar out of my backpack where he was safe and sound.
Yes. You're
And
floating octopus, yes.
he is going to kind of fly around me for the most part. But also, as I'm doing that, I'm going to mold earth kind of right where I am and start making a half cover spot for in case we need to duck behind something for a blast or anything.
Okay, so you're just pulling up like a little barrier on the ground around Marianne and Blammerhoff and yourself, basically. Okay. Well, Team Melee is up at the front door. Okay.
Listen, I know I'm not that guy.
Nice. Eowyn, as you're calling out to the building, what are you yelling out as you're trying to draw out the dragon that may or may not be in this building?
Foul creature! You are an affront to the laws of nature, and you will be destroyed.
Nice. Make an
Don't delay your fate. Come out now.
Make an
Face me.
Make an intimidation check.
I suppose I have to spell check, don't I?
Nice. Okay. And Hackspice, I guess, are you trying to hide along the door, or are you just trying to like get a good look inside? You're on mute as well, Hackspace.
I'll be a little sneaky. It is my way.
Okay, yeah, make a stealth check as you're sneaking up against the door. So you can, yeah. So you're right up against the door, like a no-knock raid, and you can see through like a crack in the wall, and you can see that there are giant lizards, like lizard mounts, like kanks, instead of horses, and they're kind of like getting nervous from what's going on outside, and as Eowyn yells this out, and then you can hear like tools hammering in the background. And then they just stop, and then you hear like stuff being shuffled over angrily as this I can't remember what they're called, but this humanoid rabbit comes out. And
the hair gone.
Yeah, and he's just grizzled and angry looking as he hears like Eowyn yell out that you're an affront to nature and come out now. As he comes out, and he just grabs onto like a smith's hammer with one hand, and then like a scimitar with the other, and he just kind of like storms out, and he doesn't see you, so he kicks the door as he does like the Spartan kick against the door that you're kind of half leaning against, and I'll say make a dexterity save with advantage because you see him coming, but he doesn't see you there, so he just fucking comes out pissed off.
The big 11.
Nice. You can take 2 bludgeoning damage as the door slams into the side of you.
Nice.
Nice. And he comes out, and he's like, "That's enough! I've put up with enough of this from you folks in this town. I've been trying to live a peaceful life. Who's this calling at me? I'll show you an affront against nature." as he looks and he sees you.
You do not appear to be a dragon.
He's like, "You'd have to be hopping mad to think I was a dragon."
You're not the one we're looking for. Have you seen a dragon?
No, I haven't seen a
Dusty
dragon.
one.
These are lizards. These are lizards. There's no dragons in here.
And I'll just start walking down towards the construction building, paralleling one. As we go.
Nice. And then with that, you can start to hear people screaming inside of the tavern. As as you hear, like you could hear people start to yell out in surprise and alarm, and then you can hear like screams, and just like a bunch of like sand just kind of starts to like explode out of the windows of the tavern that you guys can see, just like probably about, I'm gonna say, probably 2 blocks away from you guys.
I think we found him.
I'm gonna stay where I'm at. I can hit from there.
Cool.
I'm gonna keep playing in my sand and molten earth.
Okay, so there, yeah, you're gonna be about like 2 blocks away from the tavern then, if you're staying back that far. Whereas the rest of you guys are going towards.
I'm staying with Eowyn and Hackspice.
Okay. Okay.
Get a bit closer.
Nice. Eowyn, I'm assuming that you're heading to the building with Hackspice and Marianne then.
Yes.
So as you rush to this tavern and you kind of like look through the swinging doors, like the classic saloon kind of deal, and you can see inside there's a bunch of bodies around the ground, and then just like on top of the bar is this dragon, as it just is carving something. It looks like it's like scratching at at one of the bodies that's like propped against, that's like laying on the top of the bar, as it looks up and makes eye contact with you, and just like lets out this like low growl, and just kind of like steps back, like starts to like step back toward the other side of the building. And as it does this, there we go. And then as it does this, you see the body that was laying on the back of the bar stand up, and you can see this like bright green glowing rune carved into its chest, and it stands up as a zombie. And then as it does, then this glow kind of emits into the rest of the tavern, and there are 5 other bodies that stand up, and they all start to swarm around it. And then this group of 6 zombies starts to shamble towards the doorway, with the one with the rune showing a bit more intelligence.
Ew.
Foul creatures! 600. It matters not. You'll all die.
Nice. Yeah, and these 6 zombies will just like stumble. Like they're coming right for the exit if they can. They're coming right for you, Aowen.
Okay. Matters not. The closest one.
Okay, it's a swarm, so they're coming right for. Like it's all 6 of them will be like within a group of one another as they're coming towards you in Hexvice.
All right.
I go.
Okay.
Owen, wait. And then if Owen is willing to wait, let me go first. I'm gonna try Fairy Fire.
Nice.
I'm smacking the closest one.
Okay, that's a hit. As you
He's not waiting. Got
yes, as you smash into the first one and it just crumples down under the weight of your hammer. This rabbit guy is kind of hanging out beside Dakin, and I'm assuming Blammerhoff. So just kind of like half crouching behind your little dirt wall and watching what's going on.
I look over and if you have any weapons or bows, now's the time to grapple my friend. I believe we have a bigger problem than racism right now.
Well, what's in it for me to help this town? They've been rude to me since they got here, and
I'll pay you 10 gold for each body.
he's just up and gone. He's into the stable. As you hear, like he just rabbit sprints into the stable. So he's like, "I'll be right back. I'll be right back." Yes. Okay. Hackspice. Okay, Marianne. You can. I guess you're casting Fairy Fire.
Dex save 11, and if I can get the dragon, I'm gonna try that too.
Okay, the dragon is inside the building. So are you getting right up against the horde to see the dragon, or are you? Keeping distance?
I'm by Haxvice.
Okay.
If I do a 10-foot radius.
Okay. So yes, you can choose the dragon. You can choose the dragon, or you can choose the zombies.
Zombies.
You'll choose the zombies? Okay. Yeah, they'll fail as they start to light up around you, and you can see that there are 5 zombies remaining. One of them crumpled on the ground.
And then I'm gonna just kind of stay just a little bit behind the big fighters.
Okay.
Really pickled.
Nice. You're like the little dog hiding behind the big dog.
Yes.
What's Blammerhoff doing as you see these zombies kind of like stumbling out of the front entrance of the bar?
I'll cast catapult and hurl that rock straight through the entrance.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Hit as many as I can.
Nice. That's a dex save, right?
Advantage.
I think so. Let me see.
Okay. That should be well. Yeah, they'll have disadvantage because this is going to be a straight line. That's going to fire through the horde. They'll make a dexterity saving throw. The object strikes one target on a fail. Okay. Nice. Okay. Yeah, I'll say that boulder just fires through like 2 of them off on like the flank of this horde. It's like there's 2 of them, one standing slightly in front of the other, and then the rock just like rips the top left half of the torso with the arm, like shears it right off the first zombie as it crumples down to the ground, and then it just like bangs dead on to the one behind it and tears that one in half.
Rips one arm off, and that arm punches the second.
Yeah, as the other one like wraps its arms around the rock, and it just continues on with his legs still standing where the zombie was before. There's now 3 zombies standing. One of them with this glowing rune in its chest. Hacksvice, what are you doing?
I'm gonna get real angry and focused, with a very determined look on my face, with a as I go and like reach right over the crowd, holding the new javelin in my hand and stabbing at the dude with the rune on its chest.
Okay. Okay. So you're going to move forward, and you think that you're about to hit him, and then he's just going to like lean back, and then grab.
You've got advantage.
Oh yes, you do have advantage.
Fury fire. For crits.
Okay, yes. Okay, so this is still going to happen this way. It's going to lean back, and you're going to as you think you're going to miss it first, or you're just like not going to clear the distance. It's going to grab the back of the neck of the two other zombies and like pull them in front of it, and then your javelin is going to fly straight through both of them, and possibly hit this one as well, depending on how much damage you do. 24 damage. Okay. Yes. Yes, so it's going to basically rip through the first two zombies, and then it's going to hit the third one in the chest, and you can feel it just like crack through like its sternum. It's going to stumble back for a moment, but it is not going to fall. As you cleave through the first two of the mob. So the horde is down to one zombie at this point, and it is Dakin's turn.
Can I see anything from my position? Probably not.
You can see them fighting. I mean, there's like it's a ways away from you, but like you can see them.
I was on mute there, but I followed him in when he moved back. When he stumbled back, I moved just as part of my movement. I just stayed right close and followed him. Right.
Okay.
So anybody else can use that space to do whatever else they need to do. I've got this guy covered.
I'm gonna retcon this, and I'm gonna say that this is about 80 feet from you to you.
Okay.
And the fight's like right here.
I want to start my way around to the back side of the tavern.
Like this way?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to get down as far as I can.
Okay.
Is this tavern like fully closed in, or is it like an open?
It's a closed-in building, but there's like a front and a back exit for sure.
All right. I will get out a thing of oil and for like a lamp and start moving. And I'll get it ready for my next turn.
Okay. Blammerhoff, are you following him?
So is the way to the tavern blocked through? There's still a zombie there.
There's one zombie here fighting with. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll follow around the back.
No.
Already an action for anything that comes out the back that's not an ally.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'll get my mace out, and I'll lean over and say, "Hey, when dump that burning oil on my head when something comes out."
What? I do say, my friend, this is odd request.
It'll be great.
On that alone, I'm just going to say that you clear the distance. Nice. Okay. This zombie is going to have a turn now as it's looking at you, Eowyn and Hacksvice, and it's going to glow bright green. It's going to look down at the zombies around it, and they are going to start to get back up, and there are going to be 3 of them that get back up. And
It's still glowing?
This one is still glowing. The rune on its chest is still glowing, and the zombies that are still like mostly intact are going to get back up off the ground. and it is going to make one attack, and that's going to be a 15. I don't think that's going to hit you, Aowen.
Nope.
No. They are still glowing, yes, from the fairy fire.
Thank you.
Yeah, and then the three are going to get up off the ground, and let's see here. They're going to start making attacks as well. And I'm going to grab an extra d20 out of my bag here. And if it is dark colored, then it's going to go after the rogue, and if it's light colored, it'll go after the paladin. And then the ones that are all going to get up off the ground are going to all miss their attacks anyway, so it doesn't really matter. As they're all just like stumbling around and like back into a group. So there's now 4 zombies again at the front entrance. And,
Weak, foolish creatures!
and the dragon is going to break out through the back door. And as it does, it's going to turn. as it breaks through the door, turns and it sees the two of you guys trying to be sneaky, Blammerhoff and Dakin. And you're just gonna, as you just like, it's
Right, Mr. Dakin, it's time.
as you like have like you like fire off this magic missile like on instinct, and then you just like drop this torch onto fucking, or like spill the oil like haphazardly onto Blammerhoff's head.
Yes.
Okay, and what's Blammerhoff doing now that there's a bunch of
I'm
oil?
casting Absorb Elements, and I'm gonna run at the dragon and hit it with my mace.
Okay.
I'll light them on fire too if I can.
Okay, I'm assuming that like I'm just going to assume that Dakin was like had a flame ready to light himself on fire.
Yeah.
As part of the reaction, I'm just going to say that he just pulled it like you just pull like a Zippo out from your pocket because you're an artificer and you just spark it. Or something. As you just like or the match against your teeth. Yeah.
Let's see, how many d4s do I roll for a second level magic missile?
4d4. I
3.
believe.
Okay, so that's 4d4 plus 1.
44 plus 4.
Ah,
Oh, the extra damage increases. Oh, that's absorb elements. Never mind.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, no, go ahead. Okay, yeah, and Dakin, make your attack on the dragon as it's surprised. Ooh, okay,
16.
nice. And
Can I make an
Blammerhoff,
attack on the dragon as it flees the building too?
the dragon's coming out the back exit. If you're at the front door, then no.
Okay, but I can't throw anything through at it or anything.
You're swarmed by zombies right now as they're trying to get around you.
That's cool. Thank you.
Yep. Although I admire your enthusiasm.
Hey,
This
I
dragon's
only have-
probably very
I only have
flammable.
2 arms. They're long and sexy arms, but there's only 2 of them, so. Thank
Okay.
you.
Ew, gross.
Okay. So yeah, so Blammerhoff, on your turn, then you can make that attack, I guess, because you already like, yeah, because Dakin had his action ready, I suppose, and
Yeah.
yeah,
For my
okay,
turn.
yeah.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Yeah, the dragon is gonna stumble out the door. It's gonna look at you. It's gonna see you light yourself on fire, as these missiles like smack into it, and it is going to rear up, and it is going to make a couple of attacks on you guys. And let me see if it's its breath is not recharged at this point. Luckily for you guys. And it is going to make a couple of claw attacks. And what is your AC, Dakin?
10.
Okay, yeah, it's going to hit both of
I
you guys.
do have shield.
Okay, so it's going to attack you for a 17.
Oh no.
Okay. Jesus Christ. Okay. It's going to hit both of you guys for 6 slashing damage as a claw rips into each of you. Okay. And then it is going to rear up.
Jesus.
It's going to rear up and it is going to roar and is going to move in to attempt to make a bite on one of you guys, and it would make a bite, but then this massive bolt or arrow fires from over top of your guys' shoulders from the north, and it goes right into its mouth and comes out the back of its head, and it just turns and starts to like shake its head in anger as this fucking like 2 foot long arrow or I guess like pool cue sized bolt is now sticking out of its face. And then if you guys look over your shoulder back towards the stable, you see this little turret on wheels with this rabbit who's like pulling back a crank, and he's just like cranking it back up as he's trying to reload it again. And he's like, "Don't die before you pay me!" as he yells,
show, Mr. Rabbit.
As he yells, "Don't
Mr.
die before you
Blacksmith.
pay me!" Yes, and then the dragon is going to climb onto the roof of the tavern. And then with that, what's Eowyn doing with these 4 zombies around you? And then, as far as you know, the dragon ran outside through the back door.
I am going for the zombie with the glowing runes.
Okay.
Oops, hang on. Wait. And I'm gonna do Divine Smite on this one as well.
Okay. That's a hit,
Which
by
is
the way.
an-
Yep. Okay.
Sorry, which is an extra 4d8 damage because
Nice.
these things are undead, right?
Yes. So how do you kill all 4 zombies? Because that's what you're
Just
about to do.
a big, massive swing with the hammer, just decapitating all of them.
Nice. That's just this like radiant damage or radiant energy just like flows off of your warhammer, your wisdom hammer.
Oh, boom! Zombie missed.
Yeah.
Ew.
Evil creatures.
Nice. Yes, as they just explode into like sand, into like blood and gore, and they start to just dry out around you.
Thematically, or not flavor-wise, you can see bones sticking out of the dragon. That's not the dragons from the magic missile.
Nice. It's just like he's got barbs all around him now, little tiny barbs.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Marianne, what are you doing?
Well, I can see the dragon on top of the tavern, right?
You will see it climb up to the roof. Yes. As
And I'm just gonna hold my action to do the channel preserve life if needed.
okay.
I'm out of spells beyond that.
Okay. Blammerhoff, you're down on the ground with your absorb elements.
Can I get to the dragon before it climbs all the way up?
Yeah, there's a couple barrels and whatnot on the side of the building that you could probably try to jump up, and if you want to try to climb up to the roof.
Yeah.
It would be about half your regular speed to get up, but it is still not far enough away that it would be too far for you to get to this turn. So
Okay.
you can definitely get to the roof.
All right. I just want to get in range and do just a melee hit.
Cool. Yeah, there's like some like there's like a couple crates on the side of the back of the building and like some like old empty barrels or empty kegs kind of thing.
Come back here, you beast! Jump
As,
up
as,
after it.
as you're like stumbling up and like pulling up onto the roof. Yeah.
We get attacks of opportunity from it, or
So what are you saying?
when it went up on the roof, would we have got an attack of opportunity from it?
No, because you both burned your reactions because you had a readied action to cast magic missile, and then he had a readied action to cast, and then he used his reaction for absorb elements.
Okay, just thought I'd ask.
It was a big cluster cuss, is what it was.
Fair enough.
All right. So can I do the attack?
Yeah, you can make the attack for sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, and then plus.
Nice. Okay, yes. So you're
Oh.
gonna miss, and you're gonna hit the roof, and the roof of the tavern is going to ignite into flames.
The roof is on fire.
The roof is on fire around you, and the dragon is
Shouldn't have
standing
drank
there.
so much before this.
Nice. Hackspice, what are you doing? As you see the roof start to light up, and the dragon is up there, and then you can see Blammerhoff up there as well.
Oh, I'm gonna launch my javelin up at the 2 javelins actually up at the dragon.
Okay.
First one is the brand new one.
Okay. It's just a javelin of returning. There's no +1 or anything to it. Just so you know. And it is a magic weapon.
Cool. So a 13 and a 22.
Okay. The mundane one will hit it, as it as well goes into its head.
Nine damage.
Okay. Nice. So now it's got like this bolt in its head, and then this javelin sticking out of its head as well, and it's just like moving around, and it still looks to be fine, although it is clearly alarmed and not having a good time. And
I'll try to move so I'm not gonna get hit in the head with falling, flaming debris. If I have to move like back to the doorway or outside, I will do that. But
Okay.
I'd like to try to keep the dragon in sight.
Okay. So just for reference, you're outdoors right now. It is on the roof of the outside of the building, and yeah, you could just back up to be away from the building a bit. You should be like within clearance of it. It's not as tall of a building as the mayor's crater was. It's more of like a rundown tavern, right?
I'll move back and so I can keep it in sight then.
Okay, Dakin, you can see it on the roof. What do you want to do?
Yeah, Dakin's just going to hit it with another thing of magic missiles.
Okay.
You just see him take a bunch of bones out of his little satchel, throw them up in the air. This thing hates me. I'm just going to roll it, Josh.
Yeah, that's fine. So was that 9 damage? Oh, I see.
I was
Okay.
just doing it.
Okay, nice. Sweet. Yeah, more of these bones just like to start to fire into it and just start ripping off bandages and whatnot. And you can see it's starting to like, its movements is starting to be more like rickety as it's like getting more jerky, like a bad Tool video.
Start moving back towards my earth mouth. I got way too close. I did not like this.
Okay, yeah, it's okay. Let's see here. Where's the bigger threat right now? There's the guy throwing javelins, and then there's the guy casting magic. There's the group of you guys down on the ground. Yeah, it's gonna use
And a rabbit with a catapult.
Yes, oh yes, and then the rabbit with the catapult.
The ferret.
How are you looking for health right now, Marianne?
Why are we at like? I have 10 health.
Yeah.
A cactus.
Sweet. Make a dexterity save, Aowen, Hackspice, and Marianne. As it uses its breath weapon on you guys.
Oof.
Oh,
Oh,
nice. So Hackspice, I assume, just steps in front of his friends. Basically, just to
Exactly
absorb the... And it is fire this time. It is a fire breath.
Of course.
Hey, Josh, can I retcon something?
What?
I want to have my familiar up there with.
I'll just say that you send it
Our
up there on your turn.
Okay.
I'll just say that it like runs up there with Blammerhoff as you're casting magic missile. It just like floats
Yeah.
up there. So Blammerhoff, there's this floating, like almost like ethereal, like octopus beside you, floating in the air.
I'm not even gonna ask.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. Eowyn, did you make a deck save?
No, I did not. Let's do that.
Breathing
right now.
fire on you and Marianne. Marianne, you made the deck save. Good for you. What did you say your hit points were?
I was 10.
Okay, I got to get enough D10s out here, so let's see what this is.
Does a 3 work?
Does a 3 work? You know what? Dean, I can definitely work with a 3. I don't know if you can, but I certainly can.
Brienne's just like sheltering behind you guys.
So it's 12 and...
-1. I guess you could roll a 0 technically.
Yeah, sometimes you can get a negative. If your stats are bad
unarmed
enough.
strength, and because I have negative strength, my unarmed strength deals 0 damage.
I feel like all right, everybody that fails take 10 damage. Marianne, you passed. Or no, everybody that passes take 10 damage. It's 20 damage on a fail.
Ooh, oh man.
If I'm at 0 hit points, can I still use my ready to action?
No. It doesn't
Bullshit.
go on. How do you react to the damage? That's my good question.
I was preserve life, which is basically just I dole out 10 hit points as I choose to anyone
Yes,
within.
you can. Yes, I'll let you do it. Like you see the flames coming, and you use your reaction to just like dole out the healing. You're just like, okay, I gotta help my friends or yourself.
Right, so yeah,
Yep.
Owen's gonna get 3 hit points. Hax is gonna get 4, and I'm gonna get 3. I'm gonna take 2, and I'm gonna give 1 to Pickles.
Okay. One to Pickles. What was everybody at before the damage happened?
I'm at 6 right now.
Okay. And then Marianne was at 10, but then healed herself a little bit. So it was down to 2. Eowyn was at 17, and then went up to 19. Marianne, you don't have to heal Pickles. Pickles is basically an item. I'm just gonna say that you that Eowyn is at 1 HP, because I don't think you need to heal Haxwise 3 HP when he's raging.
I don't know all this stuff. I'm a bad cleric.
All right,
Let's
fine.
get to hell.
Okay, Eowyn's unconscious, and then Haxwise is extra healed.
Still only have 6 hit points, so I don't know if I'd call it extra healed.
More healed than before, I guess.
True.
Okay, yeah. So like as you're doling out hit points, and then you realize that it wasn't enough, and now Eowyn is unconscious at your feet.
Then I'm going to use my turn to try to stabilize him.
Okay, and then the dragon is going to fly into the air because he is super bloodied, and he is going to flee.
I'm chucking shit at him.
Reactions?
Blammerhoff, you'd get an opportunity attack for sure. And then,
I got my. Well, it's still on the ground. Can I do a mace attack, or I can have my crossbow?
yeah, you can. Yeah, as it's gonna like attempt to like lift off the ground and then fly away.
Oh,
You can make a mace
I have a
attack.
reaction for my familiar.
Yeah, you can make an unarmed attack or a melee attack or whatever.
Nope.
I'm gonna
Nope.
chuck some javelins
Why?
at it.
I'm going blinded.
Oh. Nice. 5-foot radius. Okay, yeah. So this is as it attempts to fly away, and then it just dumps out this black ink cloud. Okay. Nice. And what were you saying, Hackspice?
I'm gonna chuck a couple javelins at it.
Okay.
Is it over 30 feet away?
It would be
Okay. So,
Yeah.
and less than 120.
less than 120. Yeah, it would be. Let me just double check this here. It'll
That's my
be
range.
60. Yeah, it'll be 60 feet away from you by the time it gets to your turn for the javelins. Yeah. But it's flying blind now, apparently.
That doesn't matter. A 13 and a 10.
Those will miss.
Okay.
Blammerhoff, that'll hit, by the way, and you can feel the crunch on it as you. Holy fuck. Okay. I don't even want to tell you guys, but okay. Sweet. Yes. It's going to be flying away. As it's flying away,
I
Eowyn-
got 120 with magic missile.
Okay.
I'm just. Alright.
As the library lights on fire.
Oh, yep.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah, and I'm gonna look for a way down now, seeing as
Oh
this
yes.
is also on fire.
As the tavern is also on fire as well. So what are you doing to get off? Are you just okay? I'll say that you get off in time as the roof lights up. So yeah, now
How did the library light on fire?
It was one of the bad guys got away. Josh hinted last session that one of the goons was going to go and deal with the librarian.
yes, that magic missile is going to drop the dragon. Just so you know,
Nice.
Nice.
it had one hit point left. Blammerhoff dropped it to 1 hit point. It is
Nice.
as the magic missile is going to drop it. So just on the outskirts of the town. What are you guys doing now?
Trying to get Eowyn stabilized and back to his feet. But I have no spells left to do that, so it's really just medicine checks.
Okay.
Did the store have any health potions?
No, but there is a shrine across the street from you guys.
Does the shrine have
Uh,
anything?
Hackspice is gonna start shouting fire and seeing if the locals will come out to help. I don't know what they have for a water supply around here, but perhaps we should try to put the fire out.
Yep, for sure. This rabbit guy's gonna come running down the road with a couple of buckets of water, and there's gonna be people like that kind of scramble out of the tavern and in. Someone's gonna come out of the. There's gonna be what appears to be some sort of holy person coming out of the shrine, and they are going to. They'll help you stabilize Eowyn, but they have no magic about them. It's not. You guys are probably the most powerful people to come through this town in a long time, other than the dragon. of
I'm
course.
going to start using mold earth to make a barrier between there and the rest of the two things on fire and the rest of the stuff. The best I can.
Oh, okay. Like just like to kind of make fire breaks, kind of thing. So just so you know, like the market
Yeah.
square, this isn't a formal structure. This is just like a laydown area. So like people in their caravans are like moving the caravans away from the fire as well. But then if you're putting breaks up around here, or are you going to the library?
If I can start using mold earth to like smother out the fire on the library the best I can, of course.
Nice.
Like
So-
I'm not expecting it to go out.
cool. Yeah. Okay.
Would you
So
like an Arcana?
yeah, you can make an Arcana check to see if you can do that, and then Eowyn, you're going to come back up with 1 hit point, and you're going to see that the library is on fire.
The knowledge must be preserved. I'm going to run
Hello?
over there and see what I can do to put out the flames.
Nice. Okay, as you're like rushing up to the library and you see Dakin is there and he's like putting like a little like a berm around the building to like just try to like make sure the fire doesn't spread to like any adjacent building like the bank. And what are you doing, Eowyn, I guess?
I will, see if there's anything at all to put out any flames, like a heavy rug, heavy blanket, anything like that.
I will try to help. Guidance?
Okay.
I'm gonna help
Sorry,
with
what was that?
the tavern end of things.
Okay. So
Since the library seems to be covered.
okay. So I'll say Eowyn is here. Dakin
With
is
Eowyn,
here.
I guess.
Marianne is here.
Pickles.
Okay, and then Hackspice is here, and Blammerhoff, where are you at?
I'm going to see if there's any of the liquor in the tavern that can be rescued.
Okay, so yeah, so you're definitely with Hackspice then. Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. Okay, I don't have a name for this rabbit. What do you guys think this rabbit's name is? You know what? His name is Bigwig. His name is Bigwig.
Bugs.
Like it.
Bugs? Biggs. His name is Biggs.
Big
There you
Bunny.
go.
Biggs. Biggs
so,
Bunny.
so we don't have any copyright problems.
That's right. So I don't get copy struck on YouTube. Yeah. His name is Biggs Bunny. No relation. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, him, and then there's a few locals. I guess this is the maximum population. It's like not everybody's here. Oh, by the way, yeah, okay, it's still at 194 right now. Yeah, so there's like you can see like there's a couple of murals like that are inside of the library itself. They look like to be like blankets or skins of some sort that you could probably use as like a blanket to fan flames out or smother flames with. Eowyn?
Smother flames.
Yeah, and there's probably like a rain barrel on the side of the building actually.
Ooh, I'll grab that rain barrel.
Okay. It's about 75% full, and so I'll say make an athletics check as you lift that thing up and like try to pull it into the building.
Okay.
Use that paladin strength. 1 hit point left though. Okay, yeah. So you're able to like, you basically lift it and you realize it's a bit heavier than you thought it was, and it's probably the concussion or the or the burns. And
Eowyn, you get to add a D4 to that roll.
oh, nice.
You've got guidance.
as Marianne just yells, "Lift with your back!" Yeah.
So I lift with my back.
She's a teenager. She doesn't know anything. Her strength is like 9.
Gave you guidance when you ran into town or ran towards the library, so you get a
Nice.
D4 to that roll.
Nice. And Dakin did an Arcana check to help prevent flame from spreading, and Eowyn lifted a rain barrel off the side of the building. And yeah, roll a D4 and add it to that 10 and see how well it is. Don't roll a 1. Sweet. Okay, yeah, you're able to spill it in like, as you just like kick in the door, and then the first thing you see is there is a gnome laying like limp against a table, and the flames are like are on the table itself around him and like spreading out into the library. And there is a bookshelf that is about to be engulfed, and then there is the gnome on the table that's about to be engulfed, and you can dump the barrel on one of them.
I will dump it on the gnome.
Okay. Cool. And yes, he's still unconscious, but you can see that there are like a number of scrolls and papers and whatnot that are on the table around him that you were also able to preserve. But he is he's bleeding out at this point. He's not.
Okay, I'm gonna grab him, grab the scrolls, and get out.
Okay.
I can cast Stabilize if it's my turn.
You cast Bless, so we'll wait for your next turn. But
Okay. Guidance before.
yeah, you cast Guidance, sorry, not Bless. Okay, yeah, and then Blammerhoff, you're inside of the burning tavern looking for alcohol. Make a perception check with advantage because you were here already before. And what are you trying to preserve here, Blammerhoff?
Just the most high proof of whatever I can find.
Okay.
How do I do perception?
Exclamation C space perception space ADV for advantage.
Oh, okay, cool.
And then, okay, yeah, okay, so you got a 6. Okay, yes, so this is what's going to happen, because you're looking for the highest of proof, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like the flame is starting to pick up. There's like little like chunks of smoldering wood that are like falling from the ceiling, and you're popping jug corks off and like smelling to see what the proof is, and then like throwing the stuff that's not good enough away. And it's not that you're failing the check, it's that you're too absorbed in what you need to do, and then like after like a good solid moment later, you think to look under the desk, like under the bar, and you pull out this jar, which is like the size of like a big like a pickled egg size jar, like something that you would get pickled eggs out of.
Yeah.
Like a big pickle jar, and then you screw off the lid, and it is like it's just like pure alcohol, or just gasoline, basically what you smell. And then as you smell it, a single ember floats down from the ceiling and lands in the jar in front of you. Make a dexterity save, and then as you do that, Hackspace, what are you doing?
I was busy trying to put fire out.
Okay. Okay, what do you do to put out fire?
Hasn't discovered alcohol. He's going to help with the buckets that Biggs has been running by, going back and getting water from that same source as best he can.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, so there's like a well that's kind of like behind the stable, or like a large trough, and he's just got like a chain gang of buckets with like a bunch of other locals. And so it's like the little rascal buckets that are coming down. And
I've got a huge carrying capacity. I could lift like 500 pounds, so I'll grab the biggest water container I can.
Nice. So you basically, I'll just say you basically pick up like one of the troughs, and how do you want to balance that / carry it to get it to the tavern?
I'll keep it low, and I'll give me a hand. Need some help with this.
Okay.
And I'll get some regular folks just to help balance it. I got the weight.
Okay.
And we'll carry it down there so it's closer.
Okay,
and
sweet.
people can bucket out of that, and then if there's another trough, I'll go back for that so people can bucket from closer.
Okay, so a bunch of like a couple of commoners run up to help you to keep it balanced, and they're both going to roll an athletics check, and one of them's going to get a nat 20. So so you're going to get that trough like right to the door, and like kind of stand it up and just like let it like pour into the building itself. As you see an explosion from behind the bar, Blammerhoff with a 13 dexterity save, and how much HP do you have right now? Because
3.
3.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh my goodness. Okay.
But I do have absorb elements.
You're gonna need it. Because that's
I
a
mean,
6.
hey,
I rolled 3d6. That's a
man.
1, 2, and a 3, so it's 6 fire damage total.
Okay.
3 on a pass, and you passed. So
All right. So
you take 3
and then-
fire damage.
So how much does absorb elements? It's a reaction, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. How much does that absorb?
It gives you resistance, so
It gives you resistance, so
Half,
you'll take 1 fire damage.
Okay.
Nice.
Perfect.
You know, this is kind of karmic justice for you burning the bar down to start with. Nice. Cool. Okay. Yeah, so you kind of stumble out as you like you're like absorbing elements from the fire and like kind of jumping over the bar counter, and as you like hit the ground on the other side, like smoking, and you're just like and then as you do this is like this small wave of water just busts through the doors as this trough kind of leans against it, and then just like washes up your waist. So like a moment you're like in waist deep water as it just like spills around the place. And I'll say that you guys are able to put the fire out at the tavern, and after a while they're able to put it out at the library as well, and they're only going to lose less than half of the books in the building, just so you know.
that's not bad.
Eowyn. from there,
Truly a blessing.
yes. Although Mr. Dewey is still bleeding out at this point.
I have stabilize as a cantrip,
Okay.
and then I can try a medicine check to like get him up to 1 health.
Okay. So you can stabilize him, for sure. And then, yeah, I'll say make a medicine check to see if you can get him to regain consciousness immediately. If not, then it's gonna have to take. He'll have to take like a long rest, or like a short rest to wake up. Okay. Yeah. So you kind of get him back up. He starts coughing. Kind of pukes a little bit. He's no longer bleeding out. He's just more like coughing from the smoke of the fire and whatnot. And then he kind of leans over to Eowyn, and he reaches into his shirt and he pulls out a rolled up parchment, and he's like, he was trying to get rid of this, and then he hands it to you, and then he kind of just like passes out again, but he's stable, and he appears to have given you a map.
All right.
Yep, which is leading to a nearby mining outpost.
Since everything's under control, I'm going to take my jolly archaeologist butt over to the dragon and
Nice.
start studying it if it's there.
Okay. Yes, it is. As you get to it, it is there. It is mostly just old bones that are starting to like disintegrate around it, and as the bandages are all damaged and kind of just withering away as well, and there's like a little bit of bones that are left over from it, and a javelin sticking in its head, and I'll call it a session there, and everybody can level up to level 3 if they haven't already.
Awesome.
Uh,
Nice.
What's the command for leveling up?
Well, if it's a command, I
right,
think you
you
gotta
just
do it
gotta
on
do on
Beyond.
the
Okay, I can do it.
Yeah.
yep.
Yes. I'll call a session there early
Here,
because
I
it's
Sweet.
quarter to 10. Yes.
That was fantastic.
Awesome.
That was awesome.
I really liked how that went. I really appreciate Blabberhop blowing himself up.
Didn't go as planned.
Yeah.
Just like missed the
I
dragon.
wasn't going to let
No, that was awesome.
Yeah, it was good stuff.
a specimen get away that I could study.
There you go.
Knowledge is important.
Yeah, the gnome's alive, so
Could
that's good.
there be writing on the bandages for like future spell reference? Just for flavor.
For flavor, yeah, you probably find like a bandage or two with a couple of runes that are written into it that you can still preserve.
Okay. That's more or less an excuse for like whatever spells I pick next level.
Cool. Yeah, there's a couple things. There's some, I guess, like for loot and whatnot. There's some stuff that's in the crater that I guess Eowyn would have noticed. That's still there.
Yeah, I was gonna search the crater.
Cool. Yeah, so there's some scrolls and papers and whatnot that are in there. There's some
Rabbit 10 gold, by the way.
Oh, you give him 10 gold? Okay.
Yeah.
Big.
He helped.
Yeah. Yes. Nice. Yeah. No, he accepts it. As he's like, a day's labor, I usually charge 2 gold. So I call this is almost like a holiday.
Well, my friend, this was an extraordinary circumstance, and I appreciate you, and I hope that if I need a blacksmith in the future, you will be the man I come to.
And he just kind of nods and then hops off back into the stable. Yeah, cool. Right on.
Beautiful.
You're gonna have to do the level up for me since it's your or your
If you
You
can
should be able-
transfer the character.
Unless you, like,
So,
I mean, you should be
I
able
tried
to.
making one. I tried creating one, but the artificer wasn't available.
should be
Yeah, let me try and
here. Man,
Right on.
let me open up D&D Beyond.